Hey Vera, how are you? Figured out how to do braids? How did you just now figure out how to braid your hair? How does that happen? Locks, ancient, reason, Abalon.
Is this the lock/key the board told me about?
I don't know how, just figured out how to do them good. Oh, okay. Oh. Well done slash seasoned. Only 3 keen such tethers remain. Our nail is rebuilding slash
Just doing
loosening.
my job.
Not sure if that's a good thing.
First one down. Director Faden's got this covered.
Oh, hi. Nah, I'm gonna actually get out of here. Oh, so it like exploded and released one of those? Weird. Hmm. Game looks cool, but animations? What do you mean? The gameplay is the worst part about this game. By far. This isn't a game that you play for the gameplay. This is a game that you play for the story and the music too. Game looks clunky. Yeah, it is. It very much is. Hmm. I think that's where I was. What is that? Oh, that's a dude in a chair. I think that's where I was. Yeah, because I went through the part. Yeah, that's where I was. You can fly and do other things, yeah. There's people here. I don't know if they're hiss or not. Are VODs of Control on Twitch or YouTube? They're on Twitch and LinkedIn and the announcements. Hi. You probably shouldn't be down here.
Hey,
Emily, how did she get down?
what are you doing down here, Emily?
What do you mean? You called me down, remember?
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
No, that's right. You didn't. But then, I remember you needing me to come here. I mean, you even told me how to get in. Let's just chalk it up to synchronicity so we can get to work.
She takes everything in stride.
The board called me down here to deal with the situation. The Astral Plane is...
Colliding with our world, I know. Isn't it fascinating? I never even considered that the Astral Plane could be a physical volume expanding beyond its dimensional container.
Ellipse, yeah.
The bleed is localized to this area, but its growth rate seems steady. Given time,
This
it will
game needed
consume
like
the entire
20
bureau.
like $20,000 more dollars.
That's what I'm here to stop.
Okay.
The board told me to fix
But it
the
does
nail
well
over
with
there
what
by
it
dismantling
has.
4 locks in the Astral Plane. Funny, I think it's put itself back together a bit.
So that could be due to the law of inverse exchange. For every associated component you remove, this nail reconstructs. Or
A Philip
possibly
doesn't
some
move like
variation
that.
of
Yeah, it's a thing.
anti-sympathy. Don't worry, I'll look into it. Did you notice all the bureau infrastructure? It looks like there was a research team stationed down
The
here
lip
at some
syncing
point.
is so good that
Think
it's
Darling
bad.
knew about this?
I put money on it. That reminds me. Have you seen Marshall? She contacted me over the hotline, but then I saw her walking around.
I haven't seen her. The hotline only connects to extraplanar entities. Or dead people. But Marshall's proved time and time again that she's a survivor.
That's exactly what I thought.
Anyway, I've been looking into the minerals growing down here. Have you noticed how they insist on maintaining a certain form? Maybe some sort of a state memory, or they consciously prefer a certain shape?
I think we're on a clock here, Emily. I need to stop the astral bleeding before it brings the oldest house down. See what you can find out from the nail in the meantime. And send out some rangers to look for Marshall. She may be in trouble.
Will do, Jesse. If you see anything interesting, remember to take detailed notes.
Okay.
All the tests I run on the nail keep coming back as nonsense, and a couple of my instruments have already broken.
Maybe we should take that as a sign to pack it in?
I didn't take you for a quitter, Dr. Saba. There's a reason I packed a black rock-plated microscope. The
Can I talk to you
Rangers
more?
have tapped into an old radio network they found around
Hey,
the
honey, how you
Foundation.
doing?
So if you need backup, just call them at one of the stations.
How did the hiss get into the Foundation?
Same way we did, I imagine. But you need to remember that the Hiss are the embodiment of persistence. Their nature seems to be one of force, to find every possible vulnerability and exploit it. Their only goal is consumption.
I'm sure there's plenty of goodies for them down here. The nail, for instance.
If the Hiss could corrupt the nail, I'm sure they would have by now. It must not interest them in its broken state. They could be distracted by the numerous unknown paranatural materials I'm sure are lying around. These are the roots of the oldest house. The Hiss will find plenty of ways to make trouble.
They're pretty good at that. So you've never heard of the Foundation, huh?
My birthday
I've
was
never even
good.
seen
Good.
the name referenced. I mean, clearly it's highly
Any cool
classified,
gifts?
but
Or
for what reason?
good moments?
The problem with these kinds of closed-off hidden areas is that they were likely sealed for good reason. But now no one is left to tell us what that reason was.
Any guesses why the Bureau would hide something like this?
I only know what I've observed. This place is spatially rigid, which means it doesn't shift like the rest of the oldest house. And before you ask why that is, I have to admit that I'm clueless. There's some signal interfering with my equipment, making it hard to get a clear reading. It's being emitted from the floor. Maybe I should have brought a jackhammer.
The Astral Plane is already taking chunks out of this place, Emily. Let's not add to it. So let me get this straight. The Astral
Had wings.
Plane is bleeding
Never
into the
eaten
Foundation.
wings. Is that weird?
Correct. And that's happening because the nail is damaged.
I'd say it's a bit more than damaged, but yes, that is my understanding.
So what's the connection between the nail and the Astral Plane?
It's a good question. See, I always pictured objects of power as strings between our plane and the astral. If the nail has a similar relationship, then maybe it's more accurate to think of it like plumbing. Now that the nail is busted, sewage is gushing everywhere.
Not the prettiest metaphor.
No.
I should get back out there.
Agreed. The astral bleed won't stop itself.
Okay, so where am I supposed to be headed? Is that a question mark?
Don't be a stranger.
Can't go that way. Interesting. Ability points. Cool. Additional enemy. Better ground pound. Honestly, this is pretty shit right now. I feel like I should get at least like a little bit better. Duration, additional enemy. Asian duration. Yeah. Okay. I forgot the weird ass. Let's just cut and zoom into the face and eyes part.
I'm not worried.
What are you talking about? In this game? Oh, like, yeah, okay, I get what you're saying. I mean, I feel like it's supposed to be at least like a little uncanny valley. I feel like it's very much intentional. But at the same time, I feel like the gameplay being not so great is due to uh funding. For all my research into the oldest house's ley lines, I still don't understand why they converge here at the base of this pillar. I suppose the simplest reason is that they have to converge somewhere. Occam's razor and all that. But that seems wrong. The esoteric world abhors coincidence. So what is the true relationship between this pillar and the ley lines? Does it act as a magnet, attracting them polar north? Or is it a pillar, a product of their focused energies? A sprout nourished by the constant flow of the oldest house's power? Perhaps classifying that power would provide some insight. However, we currently have no means of measuring or quantifying it. Given time, it may become possible to collect and even harness this energy. On that note, Northmore is bringing in the much lauded Mr. Gustav Wagner from headquarters in DC to aid my research. I suppose this is a way of saying he doesn't trust me to work unsupervised. Let's just hope Dr. Wagner is as smart as his dearly departed Fuhrer once believed him to be. Oh. Oh. Animal guys made me want to sleep early. Why? Oh. Scan from it. Nah. Body can't sleep earlier than 1 a.m.
I hope nothing down here is toxic.
Yeah, but like, why does Animal Crossing make you want to sleep? Because my museum opens tomorrow? Oh. Just time travel, forehead. I have 369 dingles. Nice. Nice. Huh. Things acting weird. So, Chad, I have a question for you. Congress is currently talking about giving everyone who paid taxes last year $1,000 because of the whole COVID-19 situation. So I'm told. If one day you got $1,000 to $1,200 from the government, coronavirus talk has nothing. I'm not talking about it. If one day you got $1,000 to $1,200, what would you spend it on? Would you put it into savings? Would you invest in stocks? What would you buy?
Director Faden here. Send backup to my location.
Oh, hi. Oh, cool.
Make way for the director!
That's cool as fuck. Warehouse. Taxes, true. Saving until I know what to do with it. Well, yeah, of course. Paying off things, the usual, yeah. You needed to buy a Switch and Animal Crossing? Fuck yeah, dude. I want an iPad, but I use it to pay student loans. Well, like, when they do shit like that, they want you to spend it is the thing. Because they did it before. A long while ago. They want you to spend it. That's like the whole thing when they give you that money. They want you to spend it on something. Because it's supposed to put it in circulation so that it helps the economy as a whole. So they want you to buy things. They don't want you to put it into savings. That being said, might put it into savings. So, you know. Okay. The oldest house has revealed much to me during my months in the Foundation. But my many questions remain. Primarily, the tree etchings bewilder me. What is their significance? If the house has changed shape over its lifetime, as I've theorized, then was a tree its first form? I sent a team to the Schwartzman building in search of pre-settlement accounts of Manhattan Island. From those, I discovered a single relevant line, and there I found a tree not known to me, the devil twisted within its bark. That line, taken with the fact that certain American cultures believed some trees would offer wisdom and guidance, is indeed interesting. However, it's hardly firm evidence. And though I am now bound to the oldest house, I remain a man of science. Of course, there are numerous ancient beliefs regarding trees. Yggdrasil, the tree of knowledge, Yax Imix Shay. Some cultures offered blood sacrifices to trees, while others claimed trees endowed chosen individuals with inhuman powers. Do New York City's many murders act as a sacrifice for the oldest house? Does the house have a chosen champion? Is it me? Alaska is already planning to give out the rest of our PFD, about $1,600 in April. Cool. Okay. Move, please. Oh, hi. My family doesn't qualify, I think, because my mom works from home and my dad's military. I'm pretty sure it's just like, if you pay taxes, you get it. I thought that's what it was. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. Okay. I wanted to be brought to it, but that's fine. I've been going through my library researching pyramids and triangles. If that shape does relate to the board, as Northmore says, then perhaps our predecessors in the occult can offer some insight through their geometric knowledge. In esotericism, the triangle is closely associated with the Holy Trinity and other three parts concepts: past, present, future, mind, body, spirit. Interestingly, the board also implies multiple parts. Upright triangle in Judeo-Christian imagery indicate ascent into the rational/divine realm. Inverted, it signifies a descent into the corporeal/human. Naturally, the ascent is masculine and the fall is feminine. Adam and Eve. That's just a bit of old world patriarchy. It's 1964 now. Oh, and we're well past that silliness. Considering the above, what does the inverted triangle tell us about the board? They're clearly not corporeal or human. Perhaps they wish to be, or they once were. The likeliest answer is simply that theological imagery cannot help us to find alien entities. But still, the pyramid seems significant. Shapes have power, and clearly so does the board. Stream keeps buffering? I'm sorry. Nice. Hi.
Is this a Bureau ID badge? Looks so old.
Pope's
Pope will
collection.
definitely want to see this.
Pope's collection. Talk to Pope. I don't know who Pope is, but I'll talk to him. Nice. That's where I started from, right? Yeah. I didn't file taxes last year, so... Hi.
28 days now spent inside what we're calling the oldest house. Northmore insists on the name. I'm too tired to ask why. I'm not sleeping well.
So this is from 1964. Northmore was the director in 1964.
I basically live down here now, like the obedient head of research father raised me to be. I spend my days investigating that odd pillar where Northmore found the handgun. The work was half-hearted at first, I admit. But then I discovered numerous non-Aristotelian energy channels converging.
You filed unemployment, you can.
Ley lines, dragon roads, Hyligolinian, call them what you want. But this pillar is the crossroads. I started building something. Equal parts talisman and technology. An array that can impose order on the ley junctions. That's the idea, at least. We'll see when I'm done. I prefer to work away from the pillar. I'm not the only one who feels like that thing has eyes.
I've heard that you can / should. They're being picky. They're being less picky due to situations. Cool. Come here. Get on. Get on. Get on. Get on. What's happening? Huh. They're doing something outside? Didn't power the elevator. I don't know. Weird. Oh, wait. I'm in the warehouse. I don't think you have to file for unemployment. It's not like a required thing. It's like a if you want kind of thing, you know? Unless you're like financially in need of it, then you don't have to. Is that like dead? Huh. You hear this? Kinda sounds like a kid crying. Tunnel access. Sound like screaming, maybe. Oh, here. Listen for it when I pick up stuff. Tape there. Document? What? What? Did I miss something down there?
Entry day plus 51.
Hang on.
Day plus
Hang on.
50.
Hey, did I miss one? Yeah, I did. I missed 4. I'm going back down.
Has ordered an all-hands search for objects similar.
Shut up. I'm going back down. I refuse. Someone in pain? It sounds like someone in pain. Next to the generator thingy. Oh. After numerous attempts, wait, hang on, this is from the 60s, so. After numerous attempts, I found a way to intercept and contain the ambient energy of the ley lines in a kind of non-Aristotelian battery I've dubbed as the power core. I admit that it was difficult capturing an energy that I can barely measure, much less interact with. Luckily, it seems that the porous stone of the Foundation's caverns possesses such conductive qualities. Using the stone flakes and the copper wire, my power cores collect significant power. So all the power cores have stuff from here. My early prototypes collected too much, in fact, but I've since reinforced the container. We don't yet know the repercussions of tapping into this power field. As a precaution, these devices should not be taken outside the house. Ideally, the Bureau should no longer need to rely on typical energy sources. It's my greatest feat of engineering yet. I've always had an interest in invention. I like the creativity that it allowed, set within the firm boundaries of logic and physics. Father never approved, calling it a mundane science. With that in mind, I dedicate this invention to Theodore Ashe Sr. May he scowl in peace. There might be a recording up here, too. Since that was number 4. Or that was number 5, so number 4 might be up here. Somewhere. No, I don't know. Yeah, I missed number 4. I don't know where it is, though. I literally found number 3 down there, so. I don't know. Multimedia. This one.
Entry day plus 51. Northmore has ordered an all-hands search for objects similar to the service weapon. He claims there are more in the house, though I don't see how he's so certain. He's been strange lately, talking about joining greater causes, and frequently mentioning a pyramid. After pressing him, he finally described this pyramid to me. Inverted, black, mathematically perfect. Oddly enough, Adam and the other id have shown me numerous inverted triangles painted on the cave walls. Surely there's a connection, but I don't see it yet. As far as occult symbols go, triangles are by no means rare. Flood, Levi, Kroll, they used that shape like it was going out of fashion. Standing on their base, triangles signify stability and strength. Inverted on their points, they represent conflict and stagnation. Of course, the orientation is just a matter of perspective. Looking at the pyramid from below gives you one, from above another. Northmore says he looks up at the inverted pyramid. I have to wonder, is anyone standing over it, looking down?
So he's suggesting that the pyramid itself isn't the board. It's something behind the pyramid. Which is interesting. Oh, that makes me uncomfortable. I don't like that. How do I get into there? I don't know what I do with this last one. Well, I need to go up there. Do do boop ba 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 da boo da ba dee ba dee boop doo doo. Da 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 do 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 do. Da 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 do da da da. Carrying around a big cube. Da 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 boop. You womanati. Ba da ba da ba da ba da. Boop 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 boop. Ba da ba da ba da ba da. Do 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 ba dee be dee ba ba do ba da ba ba dee beep. Boop. Hi. Join me, comrade. Fight your brother. Goodbye, comrade. Are you part of what feels like a cult? I'm good, chat. What do you mean you're in what feels like a cult? What does that mean? A job in Santa, that feels like a cult to you? Your retail job feels like a cult? Huh. Oh, hey. Fuck. Join me, comrade. There we go. The way they handle things and the language they use, it feels very cultish sometimes. One of these days, I need you to like send me one of their emails or something. I need to see this.
Worst I've ever seen.
I need to know. I need to have the
Take
knowledge.
the nail. End of the world.
So I can't let the hiss take the nail. Not a problem. I know how to handle them.
I snuck into the Foundation through a back door I know. Had to get ahead of the hiss. Just a matter of bypassing the ritual protections. Luckily, the board's as distracted as the rest of the Bureau. I had to put on a brave face up there, but the situation is the worst I've ever seen. We're getting back on our feet, but we've already lost so much. Trench is dead. Darling is somewhere. I'm the only one left.
Didn't we find out Darling's dead?
But I still have a job to do. Keep the hiss back. There's not enough HRAs to spare, so I'll have to make do with what I've got. Frankly, I don't even know what will happen if the hiss take the nail. Trench made it sound like it'd be the end of the world. He was never one to exaggerate. Well, orders are orders, even if they come from a dead man.
Big sniff. Oh, hey. Note. Per archival mandates 8A, this document has been edited to meet current administrative standards. Certain terminology may be out of date. The retrieved material was subjected in Fellstrom Array Configuration 74B, but the tests were halted as the matter began, to physically elude the equipment. Attempts to constrain the element were made, but under further stress, it became vaporous. The researchers suffered corrosive injuries prior to their deaths. The child victims at Meteor Hill recounted the material enveloping them in a pleasant manner upon making contact, but, when discovered, they were burning and screaming. Bodily changes were mutating and screaming. Bodily changes were perceived immediately. Deformities, loss of pigment in the skin and hair. Mental symptoms surfaced in subsequent examinations. Confusion, heightened aggression. The Department of Public Knowledge and Diversions gave statements claiming the incident was caused by debris from poorly made Russian satellites, which the public accepted with no complications. Children were sent to the Bureau's recuperation facility in to receive help away from society. Interesting. Also, apparently, like, throughout the game, as you're playing and, like, as you learn things from documents and just from the world, I'm not gonna go through them because it'd be too much work. But you see how, like, things are, like... You see how things are, like, blacked out? Apparently, as you go through the game, the things that are blacked out change. So, like, say, for instance, we read something else in relation to this merry-go-round or something. Maybe this black line right here would disappear, and we'd be able to read what's behind it. It's like, it's little shit like that. So, like, throughout the game, the documents change. Missions. No, not those. The nail, I think, is what I'm doing. The ritual. Was it up there and I missed it? The stream works in picture-in-picture mode? What do you mean? What do you mean it works? Wait, so like picture-in-picture mode's like fully a thing now? So if like I ran an ad, it would go picture-in-picture? Just works. It 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 just works. Just works. It 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 just works. Ads puke. Running an ad makes it so that free stream ads don't happen. So if I ran an ad right now, it would make it so that if someone new came into the stream, they wouldn't have to watch ads before the stream started. So running an ad during a pee break when it doesn't matter makes it so that new people don't see them. Remember I watched a stream and an ad during an exciting part of the stream, so I left? Yeah, I hate that shit. I hate auto ads. But also, you have a sub here, so you wouldn't even see the ad. Hey, speed. And now a message from our sponsors, Colt Gaming. And Case. Thank you for those, Case. How you doing? That was cool. One stream I watch has a channel points alert the chat can redeem to make him play an ad. He plays Overwatch, so it doesn't really matter if he does it. I feel like 90% of all streams have that exact redemption. Anybody that has anything with channel points has either ban, timeout, emote only mode, or run an ad. Beat the ritual. How you doing, Case? And a streamer has a bid of 10 million and it says I will not stream for an entire month. You know, someday someone's gonna get it.
Weird place to leave an ID card, but okay.
Well, my channel points are D&D related, even though I don't play D&D on stream. Why not? I has headache, but good otherwise. Didn't you have a migraine yesterday? No chested. It just works. It just works. It just works. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing in here. Hey Bear, how are you? Oof. I saved it a little. It just works. People by people. It just works. It just works. Works. It just 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 works. Go ahead, play on guy or boy. I don't even know anymore. Big sniff. Well, I'm never gonna do that again. Oh, hi. DMD the screenshots. Okay. Oh, you want me to look at them now? If I'm being crazy, I'll look at them now. Nah, I'm looking at them. Our maker. Our makers. I don't like how they keep referring to people as our makers. Raw, thank you for the host. Hey, how you doing? Someone shout out Raw, please. Community classroom with our makers. That's the thing that I don't like. Like, the rest of it's fine. But, like, I don't like the our makers. How you doing, Raw? Can be our owners. I mean, it's people that made shit. So, like, it makes sense that it's makers. Like, it makes sense of why they're saying it. I just don't like it. Thank the maker. Dude, welcome to the team. Okay. This game is high up on my list of games I'll definitely play one day. I'm doing the DLC right now. That being said, this game is really good and you should. The gameplay of this game, are we doing Fs? Yes. Forgot to add the Fs from Cuphead and Doom. What was I saying? The gameplay of this game is the worst part. This game doesn't look good. Have you had the S from Ori? Nope, I forgot to do that too. But the story of this game is amazing. It's very SCP-esque. And there's a lot of cool shit in this game. Such as, for an example, my favorite one, a rubber ducky. Whose whole thing, the whole thing that makes this rubber ducky an SCP is it follows you around and quacks. That's it. That's all it does. It doesn't kill you, it doesn't hurt you, it doesn't interact with you. You won't even see it. But behind me right now, we will never see it. Behind me right now, somewhere, is a rubber ducky. And that's like that's my favorite one. But there's a whole bunch of cool ones. Such as a fridge that if you don't keep your eyes on it, you die. Hey, Jin, how are you? But the gameplay is definitely the weak point. Okay, that happened earlier. It was pretty cool. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of cool ones. I don't want to spoil all of it for you. You should definitely play this. You 100% should. And read everything. Every single document you ever get, read it. Cool. Oh. Well, hang on. Do do boop bop beep boop bop 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 beep bop boop bop 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 beep boop 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 bop bop dee da dee doo doo doo. How you doing, Jin? Is that where the phobia comes from? Phobia of what? Of the duck? There's a phobia of ducks? People are scared of ducks? How can you be scared of ducks? Duck will peck your shit, boy. Yeah, if you fuck with it. What it's called, phobia? Oh, yeah, you're right. Quentin gives you more and more time to play him, and I'm a bit stressed out. Oh. Feel happy killing that cannon boss in one try in Darkest Dungeon. Nice. Fuck. Well, this isn't good. This isn't good at all. I fucked up. Do do boop bop beep beep boop 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 do do da 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 dee 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 dee. I'm gonna have that stuck in my head all night. Was it a goose? Feel like they attack at any moment. Geese? Yeah, geese are assholes. That's why there's an entire game based off of geese, because geese are assholes. Hi. You have a phobia for anything? I mean, long hallways creep me out, but I wouldn't say I'm afraid of the long hallway. I wouldn't say I have a specific phobia of anything. I'm just in general a pussy, if that makes sense. Are you sure about the long hallways one? I'm not afraid of the long hallway. But they certainly creep me out. But the long hallway isn't what scares me. I'm just, in general, a pussy. I have a complete silence phobia. That's rough. I don't know how to hit that one. It just works. Okay. Maybe I gotta do this. Yeah, that's what I had to do. Okay. Elevator machine room. Am I in the upper warehouse? This the upper warehouse? No. Hang on. To do a phobia test on Steam. It's a thing. If you like me, I'll do it. I'm afraid that it'll be out of shrimp tempura. Yeah. Sorry for the inconvenience. Yeah. I'm afraid bugs. I mean, bugs are fine if they stay away, but as soon as they're on me, I freak out. The one exception to this phobia, oddly enough, bees. Huh. I have a phobia of falling from heights, but not really the height itself, which is weird to explain. I mean, yeah, I'm scared of dying, so I feel like I'm scared of heights because of that. Like, you know, it's not like I'm not afraid of the heights. I don't want to die.
Another etching.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.